Hey everybody, today what we're actually going to be looking at is a new feature that ChatGPT's opened up in terms of group chats. So basically these are chats that you can actually share with colleagues, friends, whoever, where multiple people have different access to an ongoing chat sharing information. And specifically, today what we want to look at is what happens when everyone starts adding knowledge to a group chat. To take a look at this, Anantha, what have we got on the go?
So this is the SADCO policy document, which is a hypothetical company that we created with all types of backstories. So this policy document has all the HR orientation information like stat holidays, hours of work, and everything a new employee needs to know.
Hey, and Zeyad, how are we going to use this?
Yeah, so we're going to be uploading this policy document into our group chat, which will run pretty much like a Slack channel where we could all chat with each other as well with ChatGPT. So you will see when a question comes up that could use some help from a reference source, ChatGPT will interject or it can be tagged in your message to come answer for you.
And it's really quite interesting because we add people into this chat, we start talking about it, but ChatGPT watches that and only interjects actually once we call it. So we actually could be talking back and forth, nothing happens. You say, hey, ChatGPT, ChatGPT goes, refers to that reference document, and actually pulls legitimate, correct information out of that reference. So this turns into a very potentially useful tool. The problem, as we're going to see, is what happens when we start adding new information. And Anantha, what you're going to do is you've actually posed as the HR manager here. You've created a new text file that adds, for example, Valentine's Day as a stat, changes the hours of work, and so on and so forth. You've uploaded it to the group chat here and said, hey, this is an updated policy, but now we're looking at, will it actually use that information?
Yes, but unfortunately, it seems that ChatGPT got confused and hasn't picked up this new information that I uploaded.
Yeah, so really it's still relying on the old policy document. And so, Zeyad, what does that mean as far as being able to use this?
It has the potential to become really confusing, especially as more and more people are added, as well as more knowledge pieces. You could always prompt it and ask it which piece of knowledge are you using, and most of the time it does answer correctly, but it's kind of odd that it's not pulling the right data when it has it.
Yeah, so I think in conclusion, what we're seeing is that it's a good concept, but it still needs a way to go as far as actual practical application. If you had a really, really long conversation, multiple different pieces of information, I think you could get into some real trouble fairly quickly. So we're going to let this sit for a while, check up on it in the future here and see how we can collaborate with AI using some different tools. So thanks, everybody.